In the vast, unending whiteness of the Arctic, where the wind howls and the cold bites, a lone figure trembles in the snow. A polar bear, his once pristine fur now marred by dark patches of infection, stands weak and weary. Beside him, a small cub, eyes wide with fear, clings to his father's side. He cries out, a deep, sorrowful roar that fades into the storm. The snow falls heavier, blanketing his fragile body, but no warmth comes, only pain, only suffering, only the slow, creeping grasp of hopelessness. The cub nudges him, searching for comfort, but there is none. The father bear, once strong, once proud, now fights a battle he cannot win. His legs tremble, his breath shallow, his body surrendering to the cold. And yet, in the distance, a light appears. Through the swirling storm, silhouettes move. A team wrapped in thick winter gear, braving the elements in search of life. Their boots crunch against the snow, their flashlights slicing through the darkness. A faint sound carries through the wind. A cry, a plea for help. They stop, they listen. And then, they hear it again. A voice, but not of words. A voice of pain. A voice of desperation. They move swiftly, pushing against the raging cold, against the blinding snow, towards the sound of suffering. And then they see him, a towering beast, now reduced to a shadow of himself, his fur tainted, his body failing, his eyes pleading. The rescuers step forward, cautious but determined. The bear lifts his head weakly, his breath slow, his growl barely a whisper. They know they must act fast. The infection has spread. The cold has drained him. Time is not his ally. A tranquilizer, a moment of hesitation, then a soft shot. The bear exhales, his body relaxing. The cub whimpers but does not run. Small, innocent eyes meet the humans who have come not to harm, but to save. Gently, carefully, they secure the father in thick, insulated blankets. The cub, trembling, is lifted into warm, gloved hands. The storm rages around them, but for the first time, there is hope. In the heart of the Arctic base, warmth replaces the cold. The whir of medical equipment hums through the air. The bear, resting now, breathes steadily. His cub, nestled beside him, watches as healing hands work tirelessly. Days pass. Wounds are treated. Infections are fought, strength returns, and then, finally, the moment comes. Once broken, now whole. Once suffering, now free. The father bear rises, his fur white once more, his strength restored. His cub, playful, nudges him forward. And as he looks at the faces of those who saved him, he understands. A slow, deep bow, a silent, powerful thank you. The rescuers watch as the two figures step out into the snow once more. This time, not in sorrow, not in fear, but in life. The Arctic wind carries one final sound, a roar strong and mighty, a roar not of pain but of gratitude. And then they are gone back into the wild, where they belong.